I'm actually getting comfortable. Okay. My thoughts do not match my voice. This is what happens when I don't do chanting and I keep my words to a minimum. My voice, maybe you can't tell, but it feels so constrained. Like I have a major throat chakra blockage. I mean, I don't want to say that to put words onto that because my words are magic. I am healing my throat chakra. That is why I'm doing this. So, the moment I smoke, I realize, like, that's why I've been feeling so anxious and cringy, because I'm smoking, and yes, I am feeling called to be with the plant medicine right now in that way, but I didn't realize that it wasn't gonna, I mean, it is for my benefit, but I didn't realize it was gonna be so challenging. Like, I've been experimenting, like, different times and ways of using this, like how much, when, and taking, like, mental note. And I noticed that, like, I feel pretty alright, like, pretty stable and mentally clear. And then I start to smoke this thinking, like, oh, I'm gonna get even more stable, even more clear, maybe even creative. But no, actually, instead, what this and my system has been bringing up for me is, like, showing me all the places where I'm still uncomfortable with myself, with my environment, with other people. And also, I'm coming to this realization as of today, like, I was in a weird place. Like, I'm always in weird places in my energy and emotions. Damn it. Words, languaging. See, like, this is my psyche out loud right now. And I like to think that I'm a lot more resilient and, like, firm grounded, like, when I'm silent. But then, like, I speak and I'm like, oh God, I'm a mess. I mean, damn it. Don't take that seriously, universe. I am a divine being, and I am learning, and I'm growing, I'm changing, but at the same time, like, I am perfect the way that I am. What I was realizing is that it's not my family house that makes me feel certain ways. It's not my family, it's not other people, it's not the society, it's not Walmart, it's not unhealthy foods. It's, like, all of that stuff that I don't resonate with and that is hard for me to be with. It's not hard for me to be with those things because they are. It's hard for me to be with them because those are things in me that I still need to heal. Like, it's nothing to do with how my outer circumstance or influences are affecting me. It's me. And it's always me. It's always been me. So this is an internal revolution that I need to flip. Like, I need to have an energetic force field, you know, energetic boundaries. Even though my parents' house is so big, it's really cluttered and there's lots of stuff that just irks me, and I hate bumping into things, and it just feels like there's not that much space. And I don't need that much space. I've lived in a tent. I'm in an RV right now. Like, I've lived in a car camped. Like, I don't need a lot of space, but I want my space to be, like, open and as functionable and as pretty and clean as possible. And I know that my mom has those intentions too, but over the years things just piled up, and it's hard for her to let go of things, and there's, like, so much damage on the house, and we need to do a lot of fixer-up projects and painting, and I don't know if we'll ever get to that. It would be nice. It would be really amazing. It would be a dream come true to see this home transformed into a space that I really resonate with and love. Like, junk in the yard. There's, like, 2, like, parked non-working vehicles in the yard. Oh, if you count this one, there's 3. But you see, that's like, I've been doing that too much. I've been, like, I don't even mean to. It's human nature, though. Like, I pay more attention and I focus more on what I don't resonate with. Like, what doesn't feel good, what's irking me. And it was showing me what a miserable and unhealthy place that puts me in. I wasn't consciously aware I was doing this, but once I became aware, I started flipping it. Okay, like, there's still hope. Like, another one of my things that is so important to me is I still want to travel. Like, I want to travel, but without the intention of running away, which I think, like, was my previous biggest motivator of driving across the country was I just wanted to get away from all of this. But now, full circle, a year and a half later, I am back to where I started, to when I set those intentions to leave in the first place, and I still want to travel. Like, that's really a part of who I am and the life I want to live. But at the same time, I want to feel so okay within my own skin and within my own psyche, my own consciousness, my own lifetime experience, that I could be anywhere, doing anything with everyone, and I'm able to find my center. Find it. Not stay in it, because I know I'm a human being, and I'll never be able to stay balanced and happy and in alignment and in my center all the time. Like, none of us can. Like, the more I am in that place, I don't want to say the happy, the more I am in that place, I don't know. I have desires, and I want to be in a place where I'm always happy and in alignment and guided. Like, I want to be in that space, and I can be in that space, and I will be in that space, and I am in that space, but before it becomes a regular thing that I trust and live in harmony within myself, like, I have still a lot of thought patterns and habit patterns, like ways of thinking and being, that I still need to shift to this is hard because I'm trying to translate my soul. That's what soul expressions is. I guess I never did a description because it just kind of like manifested in that way. But this is for me, by me, just like an unraveling of my psyche and mind so that I could like learn how to coexist with myself. Because I'm crazy and I don't want, I mean, damn it. See, even saying even saying I'm crazy, and even like, I think one of the videos I expressed that I think might have mental illness. Like, mental illness does run in my family, and I'm sure that it runs in a lot of families, especially with like what we've been eating in the society and lifestyle and all this stuff. Like, but yeah, there is mental illness in my family, and I grew up listening to my mom just like have episodes, which is why I'm now having episodes like with myself. Like, this is my therapy right now. Like, I think episode 4, I'm keeping really good track of it, and it's actually really easy to just like sit down and start talking. Like, I've never been more ready to just like be open as I am right now. We're going to take my cat to the vet. His stomach is hurting, so I will finish this later. You're so cute through a window. So our cat is not doing too well. Who would have guessed, the cat's diet isn't so great. None of our diets here is really that great. And my brother, he just hit me with some truth right now. My brother, JJ, he's about 1.5 years, 2 years younger than me, but he is very wise and intelligent. He's really good at keeping a level head and having a good mindset and being okay and chill. And he's noticing my problem more than I have been able to see it up until now. But it's very true. I have this ideal version of myself. Like, this idea of who I want to be and what I want to embody on a lifestyle, mental, physical, spiritual level. Like, I do. He told me this, and it's actually, like, it's very true. I didn't argue with him at all. I just listened and felt everything that I needed to feel as this came up. But he said that I can't beat myself up for not actually being the ideal person I want to be, and to just learn how to go with the flow and chill out and accept myself even when I'm not in agreement with my choices, kind of things. Like today, like lately it's been to do with food. Like we went all the way to Boise to a vet, and I had just eaten an orange in the morning, and I was super hungry, and I got to like this place of being so hungry that like my stomach was just like retreating to my old ways of how I used to get food here in my family. I'm just like I'm hungry. We need to stop somewhere. The truth is I'm super insecure. My confidence is low. I thought that I worked on myself and that I built myself up the past years, but I also feel like I'm in the same place I've always been. So yeah, I put the camera down and I stopped it because my family was going inside the house, and I now see very clearly like I'm insecure and I'm hiding. I thought that I was escaping. I thought that I was keeping myself in a safe environment, but truly, the only person that's been hurting me, energetically or physically, like mentally, mostly mentally, is myself. Like, I haven't even been realizing how much self-harm I've been doing recently, up until he expressed that. He was seeing that in me, and it's very, very true. Literally, I was looking at my journal, like literally the thing I wrote yesterday, just one thing that I wrote is, out here in the RV, I am out of my comfort zone, just enough to think and feel differently from my still angry, wounded, lost child self. So my mindset just yesterday was, if I keep myself in the RV, that will separate me from my angry, wounded, hurt child self, heartbroken self, abused self. Like, if I am in a different space energetically where I could be by myself, I will be away from this old version of self that I keep getting glimpses and experiences of feeling her and embodying her, and I haven't been wanting to embody her, and it's upsetting me and making me emotional, and I'm taking it out on my family. Mostly my mother, take it out on her. I don't mean to, but it just happens that way. The reason why my brother even brought this up is because my mom and I, in the car together, and him too, we were being very passive-aggressive to one another, me and my mom, and my brother noticed that and called us out, and I noticed that my mom and my brother were able to calm down and be cool-headed and have a mature conversation back and forth about what was happening and what we could do to change, and I was the one who just was crying, and in my own head I can't express myself, and I was just sitting with it and feeling the energies of my mom and my brother, and knowing that everything inside of me has nothing to do with them and where they're at, because they're actually in a pretty good place, I think, for who they are, and I'm proud and happy for them, and I want them to be healthy, and I just, through my perspective of what I think a healthy lifestyle is and a healthy person, I see my family as suffering, but then they don't feel like they're suffering, they feel like they're just fine, and I'm actually the one that's suffering. So it's not them or anybody else outside of me, it's me. If I think I'm seeing suffering, that's an illusion. The only person suffering in that scenario is me. And what's so scary and weird about this is that I didn't even realize I was suffering and how much I was suffering until he called me out on this. He was saying that I have a version of myself I want to be, and that he's seeing that I'm beating myself up for not living up to her. And it's very true. Like, I literally wrote yesterday, I am keeping myself in here in this RV as much as possible to focus on how I can love, accept, and learn of my truest self. Now that sounds pretty radical, but I need to understand that my truest self isn't going to be perfect. Like, I'm sure she'll still keep messing up, she'll still keep feeling things, but maybe she could learn how to be gentler through those experiences with herself. I don't know. But yeah, I said focus on how I can love, accept, and learn of my truest self. I want to meet her soon. So he's right, like, I want to meet her soon. He's like saying I'm imagining that she's not here now, but the truth is, like, my truest self is right here. And it's just hard for me to see what she actually is, because I do have this idea of what I want to be, and I think that that's why I'm realizing, especially being back in Idaho, like, my social way of interacting, like, I keep myself at a distance. Like, I think I want to hang out with people, but if people ask, I start to, like, get this social anxiety and don't really want to. But I know that that's only because I guess I don't know how to really just allow myself to see myself as I really am in situations. I don't know. I don't like myself, I guess. Like, affirmations and, like, positive thinking aside, like, yeah, affirmations and positive thinking aside, like, just to be real, like, I think that there's some truth in that. Like, I don't like myself. I'm not happy with who I'm being. And I think that I don't know what to do about that yet, because like I said, I had thought that I left behind self-hatred and victim mindset, but, like, I'm experiencing it so much lately. And this happy, healthy, aligned, wise version of self, how can I embody her often? I still want to know that. Like, how could I embody being happy and healthy, aligned, and wise? Like, without faking it, though. Like, I don't want to just, like, be like, yo, peace out. Like, I don't even know. Just, like, you know, seeing love and light. Like, how do I feel the love and light? Like, I feel good expressing all of this, getting it out of my heart. Like, I even wrote about the experience, and now I'm voicing it, activating my throat chakra, and, like, I feel like I'm taking the right steps, and I'm hearing the right things when I need to hear them, and facing the right things when I need to face them. Like, it's all divine, but I don't know, I'm in such a spacey, emotional, expressive, what the fuck, who am I, where am I, why am I place. Yeah, just dealing with the roots of my wounds, the roots of, like, yeah, it's mostly, it's an internal thing, experiencing it right now and every moment, and I don't know what more to say right now, because, yeah, I'm still experiencing it, but I don't know. heart hurts. And I have a headache. My breaths have been too shallow. When I lose control of my emotions, I lose a lot of intention. I lose control of my intentions. Everything becomes an unconscious act. I'm just scattered and ungrounded when I feel so much. And as I'm coming back to my groundedness, I'm seeing that clearer. If everything's an illusion, why would I ever let anything affect me so deeply in a harmful way, especially myself? You know, becoming my own best friend, as I've been setting that intention lately, I thought that it would be something else. I thought that it would be hanging out, enjoying life, learning new things, creating just lots of happiness and joy and wholeness. But becoming my own best friend is actually terrifying, and I feel empty and angry, and I don't know how to communicate with myself. If I can't communicate with myself, how can I expect myself to have great communication with others? I can't, how I treat myself is how I'm going to treat others. And if I'm treating myself good on the surface, but not deep inside to my cells and tissues, if I'm not treating myself good, deep in there, psyche and energy and all, I'm not doing that for others then. Also, I don't remember where I saw or read this, but it said something the next time you feel like you're not receiving love, ask yourself, are you giving love? And I've been trying to protect myself from my environment and my family, but that's been wrong of me, and I need to change the way I've been thinking and feeling and operating around here. How could I give more to my family? How can I be there for them and love them? And in doing so, that'll love myself as well. But I have a lot of meditating to do. I'm glad all of this has surfaced. Just a lot of feeling deeper into this, because it needs to be felt, and I'm so grateful that it's coming up right now. Because as these frustrating old versions of myself are rising, I also feel the elder in me rising into her power. And it's funny that I'm saying that, because my brother was saying too, whenever you are getting over emotional, tap into your older self and have that older self be there with you, calming you down, relaxing you. And so yeah, I'm taking that in, I'm integrating that. I'm grateful for my brother and my mom. That was so off key with JJ, my brother JJ, and my mother. I always think of that when I hear this mantra. My brother and my mom.